It's a row which threatens to split the cabinet on how to deal with juvenile knife criminals. It's understood that the Home Secretary, Theresa May, favours toughening current law to give under-18s a mandatory jail sentence for carrying a knife, a view backed by some London MPs. But the Justice Secretary, Kenneth Clarke, disagrees, arguing that it would be too big a leap for the British justice system. Nick Beake has this report.
It's 18 months since Yvonne Lawson's 17-year-old son, Godwin, was stabbed to death in North London. She says the pain never goes away. So ask her whether under-18s should go to prison for carrying a knife. She's very clear.
If you're old enough to carry a knife, then you're old enough to go to prison. You're old enough to face the consequences.
Knives have taken the lives of 8 London teenagers this year. The government response, a proposal that any adult convicted of a knife crime should be locked up for at least 6 months. But it seems ministers are divided on whether to extend that to children. The Home Secretary, Theresa May, is said to want prison sentences for under-18s caught carrying a knife. But it turns out it's a view that's very different from that of the top man here at the Ministry of Justice.
The idea that mandatory sentences now apply for certain types of offence to young offenders, to children, to juveniles, is a bit of a leap for the British judicial system.
But it's a step in the right direction for some London MPs who've seen the consequences of knife crime within their constituencies.
We have to have a strong message from government that we will not tolerate these people on the streets who feel that they are able to walk into a shop, be on a bus, someone in the street and wave a knife around in a threatening or endangering fashion. Without the deterrent, we have nothing.
Jimmy Mizzen was killed in a baker's shop in southeast London 3 years ago. His dad has fought to tackle youth violence and is advising Labour on crime. He's not convinced a blanket policy is the answer.
There has to be discretion. We can't have a young person who's so frightened by people that he's scared of and then takes some sort of weapon and is then incarcerated with the very people they're frightened from.
Yvonne will find out tomorrow if the government wants to go ahead with plans for automatic jail for children with knives. She says only tough new measures will work.
From the moment they leave the house, they need to, and they've got a knife on them, they need to think about the consequences. Because lives could be, precious lives could be lost.
Nick Beake, BBC London News in Enfield.
The business